we're through a little bit of more of a relaxation embodiment practice. Things going on in the air in life right now, it's really common to get really active in the mind and really drawn out of our bodies, and it's not always safe to come back into our bodies. So if you're finding that your body isn't safe, maybe this isn't the practice for you yet. Maybe it's going back to breathing, maybe it's going for a walk where it's a little bit more active. If you're feeling like it's safe to come back into your body, this can be a really nice way to meet safety. So now might be a good time to find yourself a comfortable chair, a comfortable outfit, something that's not too tight. If it is tighter, make sure it's something that you feel comfortable in, that you can breathe in. And if the chair you're sitting in is too big for you, having a pillow, or if the chair you're in is too small for you, also a pillow. If you find that it's too difficult to have an upright back in your chair, bringing in a pillow to support behind you so that you can make sure that you're seated in this more upright position. You're not wanting to be too slouched, except for when we're folded over. That slouching, like I said in previous videos, puts stress on ligaments, so the weight of gravity isn't transferring through the bone tissue, it's coming through our connective tissue, which can create that stress that we're already probably feeling in our tissue. If you find the chair is too tall for your feet, taking books to stack under the feet so that you're not dangling. If the only chairs you have are too small, you can take this pillow, place it underneath your seat to lift you up a little bit. You can also do this practice lying down on your couch, on the floor, in your bed. You just have to modify the cues to a horizontal position rather than a seated position. So I'll let you get situated. This would be a good time to hit the pause button and create your little nest. Okay, gonna hit play again. Welcome back. And we'll get started. So the flow of this embodiment practice is going to go from the bottom up, from the external to the internal. So using movement to arrive in our bodies is a really nice way to start. So just taking a moment to settle in, find that comfortable position. I'm going to readjust myself so I'm exactly as I'd like to be. I'm going to bring my hands onto my legs just to start to layer in that tactile sense, because it's going to be a lot of using our hands on our body to root in to our tissues. Just start by taking some big breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Keep going. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Couple more. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. If you'd like to close your eyes, you're more than welcome to. If closing your eyes creates that feeling of anxiousness, feel free to leave them open. You can take your glasses off if that's too anxiety provoking. Feel free to leave them on and just acknowledge your glasses as a part of your body. Same thing for hearing aids. Obviously you can leave your hearing aids in and just acknowledge the apparatus as part of who you are. So we'll start by just bringing in a little bit of movement and starting to link movement to breath a little bit, just to make sure our body's a little bit warmed up before we get into the process of actually touching and feeling that tactile sense of our body. And I'm going to leave my hands on my thighs. If you want, you can use the arms on your chair if you have them. If not, thighs, knees, hips, whatever, somewhere in this area to just help move the tissue. So we're finding that cat and cow movement. So as you inhale, you're going to let the belly come forwards. Maybe the small of your back comes away from the cushion or the chair. Maybe the head leans back. Exhale, we're going to round, slide the hands forwards. Leave my hands on the knees just to help move my body. Inhale, come forwards. Exhale, lean back. Inhale, come forwards. Exhale, move back. Keep that forwards and backwards movement fairly even, and count forwards to backwards. Trying to think of bowing the spine towards the knees and then away from the knees. We're coming in and out of two different C shapes, convex to concave. One more time, come forwards. One last time, move backwards. Settle into a nice neutral, upright spine. We'll take that C-shaped movement and start to bring it left to right. So we'll just start with the hands still on the knees. Doesn't matter which way you go to start. You inhale, feel the spine get nice and tall and active. And exhale, just lean your whole body to your one side. I'm going to my right side to start. Inhale, it comes back through center. Exhale, bending over to the left. Inhale, back through center. Exhale to the right. Just left and right. You can use the breath as your guide, your anchor. And just follow your own rhythm. Feel even left to right. You're welcome to keep your hands on your thighs. I'm going to bring the hands to clasp, intertwine the fingers, just grasping at the back of the head. The elbows, the more forward they are, the less intense it is. By opening them up, we'll get a little bit more. This is choose your own adventure, so just find whatever spot in that range feels best for you. And we're going to keep doing the left to right movement. Inhale, get tall again. Try to soften the shoulders. We're not wanting shoulders up by the ears. Just try to keep them fairly loose. Exhale, I'm going to my right again to start. Inhale through center. Exhale to the other side. center. Exhale to the side. Inhale through center. Exhale to the side. Go one more to bring balance. Exhale. Inhale. So you can keep hands on the thighs, hands clasped behind the head. I'm going to do a couple with my arms up above. Actually, I'm not going to do both arms. I'm going to do this supported again. So that one hand that we're leaning towards is going to come back down to the knee. This is going to be a longer hold. So my left hand is up in the air. Inhale, feel tall. Exhale, over to the side. So if you've got an arm on your chair, you can bring that here down to rest on. If all you have is a thigh to rest on, you can either have the forearm out towards the knee. If that feels too unstable, you can bring the forearm so it's across your lap to give you a little bit of grounding. Inhale, come up. That left arm come down. Inhale, the right arm comes up. Set up that grounded space. Exhale, over to the left side. Inhale, come up. Exhale, arm comes back down. One last little bit of warm up. So for this one, depending on what kind of chair you're situated in, I'm going to twist a little bit. So we'll start by bringing the left hand over to the right knee, right thigh area. And that right hand is going to come to the back of the chair. Inhale, the spine gets nice and tall. Exhale, just a gentle twist. We're not looking to do anything super restrictive. We're just mobilizing the torso. Should still be able to breathe freely here. Take one more breath in this twist. Inhale, come back through center. Good. Set up for the other side so that right hand comes to the left leg. Left hand grabs the back of the chair. Inhale, spine gets tall. Exhale, twist. One more breath. As you inhale, let your torso come back to face the front. Settle in. Just take a couple of big breaths again. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Last one. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Before we bring this into a really embodied or somatic practice, somatic meaning body, just notice how you feel. Notice how that little bit of paying attention to your body has maybe changed how it feels. Maybe your awareness has shifted. There's no right or wrong feelings or awarenesses. I'm just taking note. Where does your attention want to go? Body parts. I'm not clinging or grasping to stories here. We're just becoming aware of what's going on. So in a tactile practice, it's nice to wake up the palms of the hands to get the receptors open and stimulated so that they can give you more information. If that is too much, that's okay. Maybe just bring a few clenches to wake up the receptors in the hands. You just want to rub the hands together, creating a little bit of friction, a little bit of heat, drawing blood to the tissue. And then we stop the friction and just notice that gentle glow, maybe a slight throb in the hands. I'm going to start with the feet. So just gently leaning over in your chair to the point that feels comfortable. If you find that folding all the way over in your chair is too much, you can bring a pillow in between, just to help cushion that area between your belly and your thighs and create that gentle leaning forwards. If you find it too difficult to touch your feet, use your imagination. Leaning over, I'm going to move the pillow so you can hear me. Leaning over, hands draped on the feet. Again, my head is propped up purely so you can hear me. Just allow the head to hang heavy. And bringing our awareness into our feet. The hands are there. They can start to grab, squeeze. Feel the feet, the toes, the edges of the arches, space between the toes. Maybe you open the soles of the feet up so you can feel the bottoms, maybe even coming up onto the toes to grab your heels. Just give them a squeeze. Be able to feel the outside arches. Maybe there's a spot that just feels really nice when you put pressure into the tissue. Maybe the quality of touch changes from that squeezing and pressure. Just gently brushing the skin, noticing how the skin feels. Skin cold? Is it hot? Smooth, rough, soft, sweaty? Just noticing all the differences. I like to bring my fingers in between my toes, just feeling that spreading of the digits. This can be uncomfortable, so don't force anything. Just find what feels good. I'm enjoying a little bit of kneading here with the fingers in between the toes, just like you were kneading dough, kneading bread. Just gently pressing down and then coming back up. Take your fingers out from between your toes, and again, just that gentle squeezing or kneading like action through the feet as it starts to come up through the ankles. You can feel where there's maybe some veins, some arteries, bones on either side. You can feel the difference in texture. The back of the ankle, through the Achilles, the little folds there. The skin gets a little bit thinner on the inside or the outside, around the edges of the bone. You can start to bring that practice up a little bit higher to the lower calf, front lowest part of the shin. Again, we're just choosing our own adventure here, whether you're squeezing, it's just a soft touch, or it's that kneading like action. Maybe you use your thumbs a little bit to press to little pressure points that feel good. Maybe they don't feel good, but they feel good in that kind of weird way. You can even just take this horseshoe grip, the thumbs towards the inside, fingers to the outside, just pressing down with the webbing on parts of the shins. Coming towards the back of the calf. You start to get a little bit more meat, a little bit more flesh, squeezing through that area, massaging the leg. Starting to bring that tactile awareness more upright. So we start to come to the top part of the lower limb. Maybe now we can dig our fingertips in a little bit. Give ourselves that little bit of a massage. Maybe you start to notice where you're clenching, where there's some tightness. Be shy to spend some time in areas that need your attention or are asking for your attention. Maybe that's going back down a little bit and then back up. And don't forget to think about this three-dimensionally. So you're not just on the outside, you're on the inside, the front, the back. Maybe you can start to see the different layers with your imagination through the skin, into the different parts of the muscles, the bones, the ligaments, the tendons. Start to just rub the shins, the calves, in an up and down pattern from knee to ankle, maybe back down to the toes, back up. Again, we'll repeat it a few more times. Just choose your own adventure. It's totally about what feels good to you. Do that for a little bit longer. Maybe take a nice deep breath while you're down here if you can. Start to circle it around the kneecaps a little bit, knowing that we're drawing this practice slowly upwards. Once those hands are firmly planted on the knees or on top of the pillow that's over top of your thighs, just gently press yourself back up. Feel that upright release. I'm going to bring the pillow back behind me just to support that upright nature. Good. Just take a deep breath here. We're starting to come back to the sense of touch, that tactile sensation. Squeezing around the knees, maybe rolling the palms in a circular pattern. One direction around the knee, the other. Maybe through the sides of the thighs, the IT bands, up and down. Feel a little bit of that heat starting to come in. Tops of the thighs, the quads. Maybe through the inner thighs a little bit. One side at a time you can bring into the hamstring. If this feels awkward or not really what you're hoping for, you can just feel how the thighs are pressing into the chair. Notice the weight of your legs downwards onto the hard surface of your chair. Back to that squeezing action. Just feeling out through your body. Notice where your attention goes. What sensations are coming through. It's a good area to get that kneading happening. So we're squeezing from the fingertips into the heel of the hand, just grabbing the tissue. Nice little squeeze. Letting that start to come up into the hips and glutes. It's a little bit difficult sitting in the chair. Nice if you've been doing the same pattern from left and right to maybe switch it up so it's going one side and then the other. Again, if feeling your glutes in the chair is awkward or not really the sensation you're looking for, just come back towards that upright nature and just feel how the glutes make contact with the chair behind you, the heaviness. Hardness of the chair. Maybe you can feel your sit bones rubbing back and forth, tilting. Bring that attention of the hips a little bit higher. You can start to feel that low belly. And if we're just rubbing the skin, maybe the pants, feel that little bit of heat coming in. Start to feel that grabbing sensation again. Maybe you lean forward enough to get the low back. You can start to rub into those areas. Do little circles with your fingertips, your thumbs. Those areas that might have been giving you feedback or sensation earlier. I like to follow the tops of the hip crests with my fingers in little circles. All the way from the back through to the hip flexors. Some spots will feel better than others. You can do this as many times as you like. Maybe you come back to that kneading, squeezing type thing again, grabbing the areas of the low back, through to the sides. If you find this practice through the shirt isn't quite great, you can place your hands directly on the skin, see if that changes. Switching it up a little bit, bringing that sensation from the thighs back up through the back again. So kind of linking the different body parts together. And finally coming a little bit higher into the belly, just grabbing the rib cage, the skin, the tissue around the rib cage, maybe even squeezing the rib cage a little bit, trying to breathe into a little bit of restriction. The hands are coming in, trying to open the rib cage and let it go. Just giving a little bit of effort to that breathing pattern. And then noticing how it feels after. Inhaling, feel the belly get nice and big. Exhale, feel the belly squeeze in. Inhale, feel the belly soften. Exhale, feel the belly button come towards the spine. Just a few more times. Inhale to soften. Exhale to draw it in. Bring that squeezing, that sensation towards my chest. And even take my other hand to help press my tactile hand in to my rib cage, around my collarbone. My chest bone, my sternum here in the center, to feel the fingertips pressing into it, pressing into the ribs, between the ribs, under the collarbone. You're welcome to add little bits of movement here. Again, choose your own adventure, whether it's direct pressure into parts of your rib cage, parts of your chest. Maybe it's the squeezing again. Maybe it's just that rhythmic pattern of moving your hand around. And don't forget to get into the armpits a little bit, squeezing the pec muscles. Squeezing into the armpit, getting your thumb right in there. If holding the arm up is too much, you can rest your hand on your thigh. Doesn't feel great while you're in there. It will help release some tension. And the other side. Again, that arm, have it up or down. Maybe you move it around as you hold. I'll give you different fiber directions, let you know different things about your tissue. Maybe you grab and circle the tissue around a little bit. Just notice how quality and texture of your tissue changes as you go from the bottom up. Start to squeeze your shoulders. It's nice to bring the arms to cross in front, almost like you're giving yourself a hug. We'll get there yet. Just squeezing the shoulders, the deltoids, the fronts, the backs. Starting to come down the arms, biceps, triceps. Through the forearm. It's hard to do both forearms at the same time. Just giving everything a squeeze. Maybe moving while you squeeze or grab the tissue. Maybe there's some pinching, gentle pinching going on. That kneading action can come back in. Switch arms. notice a pretty big difference from side to side, dominant to non-dominant. Getting into the wrists and the hands. Palms. Just feeling the tissue. Maybe it's hard, maybe it's soft, maybe your touch is strong, maybe it's a little bit lighter. Getting into the webbings, interlacing the fingers, giving them a squeeze and soften, squeeze and soften. Pulling on each of your fingers and thumbs. Choose your own adventure. Pressure is totally up to you, whatever feels right. Start to bring that sensation from the hands and wrists back up the forearms. Both sides. Back up. The upper arm, biceps, triceps, shoulders. Arms are crossing in front. Start to get into that hugging action. Elbows cross in front. We reach for our shoulder blades, grasping the shoulder blades with opposite hands. Getting that nice hugged in sensation, maybe even just letting the head rest in the arms in front. And taking a few breaths here in this nice big self-hug. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Let that big self-hug start to soften. Arms start to drift away. Our hands start to come around our neck. When the hands come in and around the neck, it can be a little bit of that vulnerable feeling again. So don't feel like you have to clasp around the throat. You can work around the throat if that's what's best for you. Just use even the fingers just to feel the tissue around there. Maybe there's folds in the skin that you can feel. There's different texture to the skin from underneath your chin and jaw, down the sides of your neck, to the collarbones and chest. And feel up towards your hairline at the back. Start to get in and around the jaw. Just placing your hands on your face. Again, being mindful of anything on or around your face. If you feel comfortable taking off glasses, feel free to do so. If not, no worries, just work around them. Just using our fingertips, our palms. Press and release. Cheeks, cheekbones, nose, around the lips, around the mouth. Up towards the temples, and around the eyes. Make sure you've washed your hands before you've started this practice. coming up towards the scalp. Maybe you come back, circle back around the ears. It can feel quite nice to just pinch and grab at the ears, pulling them as much as is comfortable. Maybe there's a spot that feels really good to just pinch and hold. Fingertips come back in towards the scalp. Your hair can be up, down, whatever. And coming in through the forehead, just rubbing the skin on the forehead, on the eyebrows, those sinuses mobilized, circling eyebrows above, underneath the eyes below. A nice rhythmic pattern. Rubbing the face, rubbing the scalp. Maybe use your fingernails in the scalp. And slowly, when you're ready, so you've had enough, come with the hands, come back down to your thighs. Start to come back to the breath. Nice inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Just feel that state of expansion with the inhale. Contraction with the exhale. Feel how inhale, the lungs grow, the organs get squished. Exhale happens, the lungs empty, and there's space for the organs again. This is three-dimensional massage as you inhale, the organs get squished from top to bottom. As you exhale, organs stretch top to bottom. Inhale, organs compress top to bottom. Exhale, they expand top to bottom. Just feeling that three-dimensional internal movement of breath. Slowly letting that controlled breath go. And just feeling your whole body inside, outside, 360 degrees, all different dimensions. Top to bottom, front to back. Soaking in those sensations. Noticing how you feel, if you feel grounded, light, whole. Certain parts of your body are still letting themselves be known. You're welcome to take a time out, lie down, rest. Soak this in. If you're ready to move on with your day, your night, if your eyes are closed, just gently blink them open. Just roll your shoulders, wiggle your toes. Flex and extend your feet. Maybe just roll through the body a little bit before you it on and move around. Hopefully that was a nice, helpful somatic practice for you, and hopefully you enjoy wherever this takes you next.